Alright, folks. So today we are going to be looking at the different forms of regional autonomy, from the most authoritarian forms of regional autonomy all the way to the most libertarian forms of regional autonomy, starting on the authoritarian end of things. Alright, so there are three authoritarian ways of setting up regional autonomy. Starting with the most authoritarian, we've got unitary. Unitary means that all of the territory within the nation is equal. They have equal levels of autonomy, and there is no regional autonomy within them. Next, we have imperial autonomy. Imperial autonomy is basically the autonomy that is necessary during an imperial aggressive international ideology. So if you're an imperialist society, you're guaranteed to have at least a variation of the imperial form. But basically it means that there is a part of your borders that the rest of your borders are deliberately exploiting. Alright, and are subservient to the rest of your borders. We then have a federation. A federation is basically a hierarchy where the largest regions have the most sway, and the smallest regions have the least sway. And it basically scales from there. So, let's do this in the form of a federational society that exists today. The United States of America is a federation. In a federation, so in the aspect of the United States of America, there are 4 levels. All right, there is the national law. The national law takes precedence over the state law. The state law takes precedence over county law, and county law takes precedence over municipal law. Okay, so the smaller the region, the least sway it has in the legal system. Now let's move on to the libertarian forms of regional autonomy. Starting again with the most authoritarian of the libertarian, we have confederation. Now, under a confederation, think of it more as the European Union. There is an overall government that does have some sway, but it barely has any sway at all, and individual regions, in the case of the European Union countries, can basically say no. So basically what a confederation is it chops the top off of that hierarchy, that federation's hierarchy, alright? So you got the federation pyramid, and a confederation is where you chop off the top, alright? And so, but once you get to the top of the confederation pyramid, it's just a federation all the way back down. Alright, that's pretty much what a confederation is. Then we have a cooperative. A cooperative you can think of as like a confederation of confederations. So imagine if every country in the European Union was its own confederation, but there was also still the European Union over it. So basically what a cooperative does is that not only does it chop off the top, but it chops off so much that all that's left is the base. Some of the smallest, basically individual districts are now seen as countries. But once you get anything smaller than an individual district, then it's simply a federation again. That is, if you have anything smaller than a district, which most countries don't. So basically, it's really just a confederation of confederations. Then we have a supranational. Now, what a supranational does is it takes the federation hierarchy, okay? It takes that federation pyramid and it flips it on top of itself. So now, instead of the larger the region, the more legal sway it has. Now, the smaller the region, the more legal sway it has. So let's go back and let's say that that the U.S., instead of being a federation, was a supranational. All right. If the U.S. were to be a supranational, then municipalities would have more legal sway than counties. Counties would have more legal sway than states, and states would have more legal sway than the U.S. government. Alright? And so basically those are all of the ways you can divide up your country. Alright? I hope you learned something. I hope you liked this video. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. See y'all.